Hey beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. So guys, it is Canada o'clock and I want to talk about how you can show proof of funds that can guarantee you a visa this year. Yes, of course, I always say that there is nothing like visa is guaranteed, but there are certain things that if you do, you might just be moving closer to getting your visa. So I think this is what we should do now, because this is the peak. Many people have been receiving their provincial attestations, or what we call attestations, and you should note that without this attestation you cannot apply for a study visa to Canada. I believe by now everybody should understand this principle from IRCC. Now we are going to continue with some of the things that you need to do. Inconsistency in your account. Now remember, what you are going to be showing to IRCC is your bank statement, right? You need to show them your bank statement so that they can look at what has been happening in that account. And remember, inconsistency in your bank statement, like on your bank statement, is going to be a problem. You have to avoid it. What I mean by inconsistency is, let's assume that you created the account maybe last year December and you intend to use it by June. Maybe in December you did 2 deposits. January you didn't do a deposit. Then maybe February you did 1 deposit. Then so until the end of February you didn't do a deposit. Then you did another deposit March. Now how do you expect the visa officer to give you a visa looking at your bank account? Because definitely you would be needing at least something above $20,000. Now, you cannot just rush and divide $20,000 by 4, then you drop it in that account. No. So inconsistency in your account is not going to be good. Oh, let's assume that maybe you deposit 1 million today, then the next deposit you did maybe 100k, then out of nowhere you are depositing 3 million. That's inconsistency. It's not good. If you do this, your account would be affected and you will not get the visa, because of course you will always receive, a lot of people would get this reason that you do not have sufficient funds. I had someone who was recently rejected. Yeah, what was the reason? You do not have sufficient funds to show that you are going to take care of yourself and any accompanying family member in Canada. What was the reason? This person have about 33 or 35 million in the account, but the way the bank statement was structured, it was totally uncalled for. I myself, I could see the lapses. Please, those of you who are doing bank statement, this thing is about preparation. You have to prepare on time before you start the visa application. You have to prepare on time. Follow all these things very well so that you don't make mistakes. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, remember, you need a minimum of 4 to 6 months bank statement. Do not open a bank account today and you expect to apply for your visa in June. This is May, April, right? We have May, we have June. That's 3 months. You cannot use a bank statement which is less than 4 months. And if I'm you, or if I were to advise you, I will tell you that get a bank statement that is 4 to 6 months old, because this way, even 6 months old or above, 6 months is better, because this way you are going to convince the visa officer that at least the account has been active. And again, if they can be able to see that the account has been active, it is an advantage for you. But if you go with an account statement or a bank account that is less than 3 months old or 4 months old, you are in serious problem. You have to avoid this. Now, the next thing we have to address, remember, if you didn't watch the other video on how much you need to study in Canada, who are the people who can sponsor you, the video is still available on this channel. I did it a few days back. I talked about your father, yourself, your mother, your brother, your uncle to an extent, your auntie to an extent, not far away cousins. No, these are the people that can sponsor you study in Canada. So in case you are doing any arrangement, you have to prepare from far. This is not the time to do it because this is April. I have been saying this thing since December that if you really want to study in Canada, you need to plan yourself afar in order to pull through, because there is no need for you to put in a lot of money, spend money on application fee, spend money, do 1 or 2 documents, and at the end of the day you don't get the visa. So please put this into consideration. Lump sums have to be explained. Please If you have any heavy deposits in their account, let's assume that you go to your account today and maybe you have been doing 300k, 250, 300, 400, 500, 300, 400, 500. If you are going to do any deposit above 500 now, you have been consistent with deposits below 500 and 500 maximum. Now, if you are going to do something like 700, 1 million, 700, 1 million, or 2 million, you have to be able to explain. It is called lump sums, and you must explain how the money came about. It is very important, because if you do not explain this, you are in serious problem. The reason is what? The visa officer will just assume that maybe you just took money from somebody and boom, you drop it in your account and you are gone and you intend to get the visa. That is not the way it functions. If you do this, you are in serious issues. Guys, I will advise you again, explain every lump sums amount in your account. This person that came to me a few days back when the visa was rejected, I checked the account and I realized a lot of problems. First of all, the opening balance was about 10 million and above. Out of a sudden, you drop it down to like 600k. How possible is that? And then you were doing maybe 600. Out of a sudden, you are doing 5 million. And again, you have to explain all of this. Where did you get 5 million after this 600, a series of 600? This is the question. Guys, your account needs to be old. So you build it slowly. Like someone like me, in case I want to use my account, I have one account that is like, I think 3 years old. If I want to use it now, I will plan myself and say, okay, I will do my visa application in 2025, 2026. Now you keep dropping 200, 300, 200, 300, 200. So that when they see that the account has been long, you print a statement for 6 months, they see maybe 20 transactions, 15 transactions, and it's showing consistency. They will understand that this account is yours and you have been saving for that account to study in Canada and the money is yours. Remember, proof of funds is the money must be readily available to you and accessible to you at all times. So this is what, if they think that the money is not available to you, cannot be accessible to you, you are in serious issues, guys. Please always put all of this into consideration. It's so important. Then if you are getting, let's assume that you are doing business, right? Maybe some of the money is coming from your business. Of course, you are a business person and you have the right to withdraw money from your account. You can always explain that you have a business, you are doing business, you bring, what do you bring? Transactions, business documents, all right? But again, avoid transactions that do not have narrations. For example, if you go to your bank today and you go and deposit maybe 1 million, 2 million, that is coming from your business. Tell the people working at the counter, tell them to put there that sales from business. Let them write it there. Of course, sometimes I don't know if you can print your statement and those things will appear on it, but let them put it there. All right, don't just go and deposit money and at the end of the day when you go and print the bank statement, it's showing deposit by this. Where did the money come from? They need to explain. This is why some of your visas will be rejected, because there is no explanation. And always avoid a business account. I have never supported a business account. What if the business collapse when you as a student, you are in Canada? How will you get funds? So that is why they don't like business accounts. They might think that, okay, for example, if I'm to sponsor you and you are to use my account and I travel to Dubai and buy goods with all my money, what will happen to you tomorrow in case you have an emergency and you need money? What will happen? These are the type of things. And if you have a business account and a personal account, I will advise you to transfer the money into the business, from the business account to your personal account, and make them understand that the transaction came from you, because of course they have to see the transaction. It's so important. You have to be able, in fact, in everything you do, prove where you got your money from. Prove the source of money. Where is the money coming from? That is what I mean, lump sums. Now, avoid business accounts or company accounts like I explained to you before. What if you take all your money and you buy goods? What if the company collapse? What if your business partner go on a trip and never return? What will happen to you? Because a business account or maybe a company's account is never directly your account. You do not have direct access into that account anyhow. There are certain people that have to negotiate, or certain people that have to reach that account. As I know, I don't have a business account, but whatsoever the case may be, avoid a business account. It is very important. And if you are running a business account and you are transferring the money to your own account, make sure you show receipts. Try to show pictures of your business, receipts of your business, invoices. Very important. Cameroonians, I know most of us, we do transactions with mobile money. You see those are mobile money transactions. If somebody is buying anything from you and the person is going to pay, let's assume that you are an online vendor, and you want to tell the visa officer you have your small business registered, maybe Dorothy AR online, something like that. Register the business, get the business registration documents, and also make sure you are paying your tax. Make sure the tax is up to date. You are telling the visa officer you are generating money from here. Bring screenshots from mobile money as well. All right. Or if people want to make payments to you, you can tell them to directly pay into your account so that the transaction should show that it's somebody else who did the payment. And of course, let them indicate to the bank manager that is transactions for purchase. Maybe they bought something, or purchase or sales. You understand what I mean? So this is what you need to do. You have to also, this is another point, you have to be able to justify your funds. Okay, where are you getting the money from? Do you have a job? If you have a job, bring your pay slips, bring your employment letter. Do you have pictures of you at your job site? These are things that are very important. Then your employment letter is very important. And again, please always try to avoid this thing that you are earning 200k and before you know your pay slip is showing that you are earning 200k, and again you are saying that you are always depositing 500k or 1 million. Since you are earning 200k, where are you getting the other monies from? If you are making maybe any online business, or maybe you have other businesses, bring evidence. Like I said, bring everything, registration documents, payment receipts, and everything to justify that. It's so important. So you have to justify the source of your funds. These things I'm telling you about, they are so important, guys. You have to put all these things into consideration so that at the end of the day you can then put in for a strong visa. Because if you just go and you put money anyhow in accounts, it doesn't make sense. Who put the money? Now in this case, let me explain something here. If you are going to be sponsored by your parents, all right, I have said it many times, make sure your parents should also, if they are giving you their bank statement, let them also give you documents to justify their source of income. What is your father doing to raise those money? Is he a working class citizen? Does he work? Excellent, you put all those things. But if he doesn't work, where is he getting money from? Does he is he doing business? Does he has a business? Things like that. Is the business registered? Bring everything, bring receipts for justifications. And most of the time, if you do not justify these things well, you are in serious problems. I'm just telling you all these things, and I'm going to be explaining again. If they do a give deed transactions for you, make sure the transactions can read from their account how much they deposited to your account, and it also shows who is doing the transactions. Then on your give deed letter, you explain this person on this day did this transaction of amount this into my own account, and with bank account this. This is how you come out clear to defend yourself when it comes to visa application. I hope these little details will help you. If you didn't watch the other video, I'm going to link it somewhere. You watch it on how to move to Canada, how to show documentations, proof of funds, and everything. And I'm also going to make another one to elaborate on certain procedures again. I hope you enjoyed this. Till we meet again in another one. Bye bye.